Good morning, students. Now, today we'll discuss the next topic of the unit 1 in the physics named electric force and electric field. Now, today we'll discuss the first important topic of this unit, Coulomb law of electrostatic. Now, basically, this law gives a mathematical relation of electric force or force exists between force of repulsion or force of attraction exists between charges. It gives a quantitative information about the electric force exists between the charges. This law basically given by Coulomb's, so that's why it is known as Coulomb's law of electrostatic. So if I am taking a system in which two charges Q1 and Q2, 2 point charges Q1 and Q2 separated by a finite distance r, then Coulomb states that force of attraction or repulsion between the point charges is directly proportional to the product of magnitude of individual charges, product of magnitude of charges, and inversely proportional to the square of separation between them. And this force is always along the line joining the charges. This force is always along the line joining the charges. Means this is one of the kind of central force. Suppose if I am taking these two charges, these 2 point charges Q1 and Q2 are similar polarity, then both charges repel each other. So force exerted on Q1 due to Q2 is force on 1 due to 2, and that is away from the charge. ये जो Q2 है वो Q1 को रिपेल करेगा, तो Q1 इस तरफ मूव करेगा, तो force on 1 due to 2 is in direction, and force on 2 due to 1, and if the force exerted on Q2 due to Q1 is also away from the charge Q. दोनों चार्जेस पॉजिटिव है तो दोनों फोर्सेस की डायरेक्शन उसी लाइन के अलोंग एक दूसरे से दूर रहे. Suppose these two charges are of opposite polarity, then both the charges attract each other. Force on 1 due to 2, ये Q2 जो है वो Q1 को अपनी तरफ अट्रैक्ट करेगा. Similarly Q2 is attracted by Q1, so that is direction of force on 2 due to 1. So Coulomb's law states that force of attraction or repulsion, magnitude of force of attraction or repulsion is directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of your charges and inversely proportional to the square of separation between them. And this force is always along the line joining the charges. So if we collect these 2 points, so F is directly proportional to Q1 Q2 by R square. Now as we remove the proportionality sign and add a proportionality constant, that proportionality constant is K, and this K is equals to, K is known as Coulomb's constant, and its value is equals to 9 into 10 to the power 9. Now what is the unit of this constant? K is equals to Fr square upon Q1 Q2. So the unit is Newton into meter square upon Coulomb square. देखिए फोर्स का यूनिट होता है न्यूटन, डिस्टेंस का स्क्वायर है तो मीटर स्क्वायर, Q1 Q2 का तो Coulomb square. So the Coulomb constant value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton into meter square upon Coulomb square. So that is a expression of magnitude of electric force or force of attraction or repulsion between the charges. F is equals to K Q1 Q2 by R square. Now this Coulomb constant is also related with one variable, and that variable is what? K is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. This K is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, where this epsilon naught is what? Permittivity of vacuum or free space. In this article, is Q1 and Q2 are initially placed in a vacuum. So this is a permittivity of free space. Epsilon naught is a permittivity of free space. Now what is permittivity? Basically permittivity is one of the physical property of intervening medium in which charges are placed. जिस मीडियम में हम चार्जेस को प्लेस कर रहे हैं उस मीडियम की एक फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टी है permittivity, which allow the electric field lines entering into the medium. The electric field lines which are produced by the charges, how much electric field lines are entering into the medium, that will be decided by this parameter. देखिए दो चार्जेस सिमिलर चार्जेस हैं, एक दूसरे को रिपेल करते हैं, दो अपोजिट चार्जेस एक दूसरे को अट्रैक्ट करते हैं. What is the main cause behind the attraction or repulsion? Because each and every charge create a field around it, and that field is basically electric field. Whenever another charge particles entering into the field of one charge, then it will experience a force of attraction or repulsion by that charge. तो हर एक चार्ज अपने सराउंडिंग एक फील्ड क्रिएट करता है, उस फील्ड की वजह से दूसरा चार्ज पार्टिकल अट्रैक्शन या रिपल्शन एक्सपीरियंस करता है. तो हर एक चार्ज पार्टिकल जो फील्ड लाइंस क्रिएट कर रहा है, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड क्रिएट कर रहा है, उसमें से कितना फील्ड मीडियम में एंटर करेगा जब वो चार्ज पार्टिकल उस मीडियम में प्लेस होंगे, दैट विल बी डिसाइडेड बाय permittivity. So that is called epsilon naught. That epsilon naught is a permittivity of free space and its value is equals to 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 coulomb square upon Newton into meter square. That is the value of epsilon naught. Is that clear? अब इसका जो न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू है और इसकी यूनिट के बेसिस पे इसके यदि हम डायमेंशन चेक करें, सो डायमेंशनल फॉर्मूला ऑफ एप्सिलॉन नॉट ये भी पूछा जाता है. तो यूनिट क्या है? कूलम स्क्वायर अपॉन न्यूटन इनटू मीटर स्क्वायर. सो कूलम इज डेराइव क्वांटिटी एंड इट्स डायमेंशन इज A1 T1. ये A1 T1 कैसा आया? देखिए I is equals to Q by T, so Q is equals to I into T. इलेक्ट्रिक करंट और टाइम दोनों फंडामेंटल क्वांटिटीज है. तो दिस इज A1 T1 और स्क्वायर है तो इसका स्क्वायर कर दिया. नाउ फोर्स की ऐसा यूनिट होती है M1 L1 T minus 2 into मीटर स्क्वायर का L स्क्वायर. तो ये हो गया A1 A2 T स्क्वायर अपॉन M1 L3 T minus 2. तो ओवरऑल डायमेंशन हो गया M-1 L-3 T4 A square. So that is the dimensional formula of epsilon naught. Is that clear? So now there are two expressions of an electric force or electrostatic force, that is F is equals to K Q1 Q2 by R square, or it is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Is that clear? Now अभी हमने लास्ट एक टॉपिक डिस्कस किया था, the difference between mass and the charge. Mass is responsible for the gravitational force and charge is responsible for electric force. और जैसा कि हमने बोला था कि ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स जो होता है that is always attractive in nature, whereas electrostatic force is attractive as well as repulsive in nature. That is the first major difference between electrostatic force and gravitational force. And the second major difference between the gravitational force and electrostatic force is gravitational force value is never depends on the nature of medium in which the material particles are placed. जैसे two material particles अभी आप place करते हैं M1 and M2 and separated by a distance r, then gravitational force is G M1 M2 by r square, where G is universal gravitational constant, its value जो वैल्यू है वो पूरे यूनिवर्स में ये वैल्यू सेम रहती है. So whatever the medium in which the charge in which the material particles are placed, gravitational force will be same. It never depends on the nature of intervening medium. But electrostatic force changes its value as you place the charged particle in another medium. That is the force of attraction or repulsion between the charged particle when they are placed in a vacuum. But if you are placed them in another medium, then they will change their value. देखिए कैसे होता है. Suppose if I am taking a situation in which the 2 point charges Q1 and Q2 again separated by a finite distance r, but this time they are placed in a medium whose permittivity is epsilon. Epsilon is what? Permittivity of medium, and that permittivity of medium is different from epsilon naught, which is the permittivity of free space. Now the electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion now in between these two charges is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon. In place of epsilon naught अब क्या आ जाएगा? Epsilon q1 q2 by r square. That is the force of attraction or repulsion between these two charges. Now this value is totally different from the force experienced by the charges when they are placed in a vacuum. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square. Now how we relate these two forces f naught and f dash? So to relate these two terms we define one more parameter, that is relative permittivity. And this relative permittivity is basically the ratio of permittivity of medium to the permittivity of free space. So epsilon r is equals to epsilon upon epsilon naught. So that ratio is called relative permittivity, or this is also known as dielectric constant, which is also known as K. Now ये जो K value है और जो हम Coulomb constant K जो बोलते हैं, this one, ये different है, अलग अलग है. So epsilon r is equals to epsilon upon epsilon naught. So now the epsilon r is what? Epsilon r is epsilon upon epsilon naught. So epsilon is epsilon r into epsilon naught. So now f dash becomes 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r q1 q2 by r square. थोड़ा सा रीअरेंजमेंट करते हैं. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square into 1 by epsilon naught. So f dash ये जो वैल्यू है ये किसकी वैल्यू है? The force experienced by the charged particle when they are placed in a vacuum, that is f naught. So f dash is equals to f naught by er, and er is basically a relative permittivity. So as you change the medium, the force of attraction or repulsion between the charges change its value, and that depends on the permittivity or relative permittivity parameter of that medium. Suppose if I am taking the medium is water, तो water का dielectric constant या permittivity जो होता है वो होता है 80. ठीक है, ये water के लिए है. तो f dash की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी? f dash is equals to f by f naught by. यदि वो चार्जेस वैक्यूम में होते पहले तो f naught फोर्स लगता, जैसे इसको मैं वाटर में प्लेस करूंगा तो फोर्स की वैल्यू डिक्रीज हो जाएगी. So that is a role of permittivity in the electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion. Gravitational force जो है वो पूरे यूनिवर्स में सेम रहता है, मीडियम के नेचर पे डिपेंड नहीं करता है. जबकि electrostatic force of attraction और repulsion जो है, Coulomb force जो है, that depends on the nature of intervening medium. Is that clear? Now we discuss few of the questions related to electrostatic force of attraction or repulsion. Coulomb force पर हम कुछ questions discuss करते हैं. Just suppose if I am taking two charges Q1 of magnitude 2 microcoulomb and Q2 is magnitude 3 microcoulomb and separated by a distance 20 centimeter. Then what will be the value of force of attraction or repulsion between these two charges? दोनों देखिए, दोनों चार्जेस आपके क्या हैं, पॉजिटिव चार्ज है तो उनके बीच में रिपल्शन एग्जिस्ट करेगा. सो F इज इक्वल टू K Q1 Q2 by R square. So F is equals to 1 upon, sorry, it is 9 into 10 to the power 9 into Q1 is 2 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb into 3 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb divided by R square. R is 20 centimeter, तो इसको लिखेंगे 0.2 मीटर. So 0.2 into 0.2, डेसिमल रिमूव किया, यहाँ 100 आ गया. So it will be, अब 2 से ये 2 कैंसिल हो गया. So it will be 27 by 2 into 10 to the power, देखिए -6 12 और 9 और ये 2 11. तो it will be 27 by 2 into 10 to the power -1 है तो नीचे गया, तो it will be 27 by 20. तो ये वैल्यू हो गई 2.7 by 2, 1.35. So that is the force of repulsion exists between these two charges. Is that clear? Now we discuss the next question of this segment. Suppose if you are taking two opposite charges of different magnitude, one is 4 microcoulomb and another is -9 microcoulomb, are separated by a distance r from each other that is unknown, and experience a force of attraction that is 0.025 न्यूटन. फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन एक्सपीरियंस कर रहे हैं, तो या तो फोर्स को इस तरीके से हम रिप्रेजेंट कर लेंगे, तो मैग्नीट्यूड ये होगा अट्रैक्टिव, या फिर हम इसको इस तरीके से रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे नेगेटिव फोर्स. नेगेटिव फोर्स क्या बताता है, अट्रैक्शन, और पॉजिटिव फोर्स क्या बताएगा, रिपल्शन. तो हमें क्या वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करना है, सेपरेशन का वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करना है. सो F is equals to K Q1 Q2 by R square. So R square is equals to K Q1 Q2 by F. So it will be 9 into 10 to the power 9 into 4 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 9 into 10 to the power minus 6 upon 0.025. अब देखिए मैंने क्या किया, यहाँ वाला नेगेटिव और यहाँ वाला नेगेटिव दोनों ही कंसिडर नहीं किए हैं, क्योंकि अट्रैक्टिव है तो ये और ये कैंसिल हो जाएंगे. ठीक है, तो अब देखिए ये हो गया 1000. ठीक है, तो अब देखिए 9 into 4 into 9 by 25, और ये हो गया 10 to the power -12 और +12, ये कैंसिल हो गया. सो आर स्क्वायर की जो वैल्यू आई, that value is equals to 9 into 4 into 9 by 25. So R is equals to 9 into 4 into 9 by 25 square root. सारे परफेक्ट स्क्वायर रूट नंबर है, तो 3 into 2 into 3 by 5. So it will be 18 by 5 meter. That will be the separation between these two opposite charges. Is that clear? Now next question of this segment is, suppose we are taking two charged sphere of same dimension, same shape and size, same volume, and they are placed at a finite distance. Suppose हमने क्या किया, दो स्फीयर लिए, स्फीयर A एंड स्फीयर B, दोनों स्फीयर का रेडियस सेम है, ये R ये भी R, एंड बोथ विल एक्वायर अ सेम अमाउंट ऑफ चार्ज. ठीक है, दोनों के पास क्या है, सेम चार्ज है Q एंड Q, एंड इनिशियली दे आर सेपरेटेड अ फाइनाइट डिस्टेंस R फ्रॉम ईच अदर. ठीक है, ये रेडियस है, ये रेडियस हम थोड़ा डिफरेंट ले लेते हैं, कैपिटल आर कंफ्यूजन ना हो, और इनके बीच का सेपरेशन है सेंटर टू सेंटर डिस्टेंस आर है। नाउ बोथ स्फीयर एक्सपीरियंस फोर्स ऑफ रिपल्शन, क्योंकि दोनों के पास अमाउंट ऑफ चार्ज क्या है, सेम पोलैरिटी का है, अमाउंट ऑफ चार्ज भी इक्वल है और पोलैरिटी भी इक्वल है, तो बोथ विल एक्सपीरियंस अ रिपल्शन F. Now after that, now sphere A is placed in contact with the uncharged sphere C, and the shape and size of this uncharged sphere C is same as A, and a charged sphere B is placed in contact with uncharged sphere D of same dimension. यानी A और B जो दोनों चार्ज्ड हैं, उन दोनों सिस्टम को, दोनों स्फीयर को हमने दो अनचार्ज स्फीयर C और D के साथ कांटेक्ट में प्लेस किया। सो नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन, ये दोनों चार्जेस क्या करेंगे, अनचार्ज सिस्टम को अपना चार्ज ट्रांसफर करेंगे। एज दे ट्रांसफर देयर चार्ज टू द अनचार्ज बॉडी, सो इट विल चेंज देयर ओरिजिनल चार्ज वैल्यू। तो वो जो चार्ज वैल्यू में चेंज हुआ है वो हमें कैलकुलेट करना है। आफ्टर दैट दीज टू स्फीयर अगेन प्लेस्ड at the same separation, then they calculate the new value of force of repulsion experienced by these two charges in the form of original force. Original force जो था उनके पास F है, ठीक है, चार्ज शेयर करने के बाद उनको वापस उसी सेम पोजीशन पर प्लेस किया है, बट नाउ दिस टाइम दे एक्सपीरियंस अ न्यू काइंड ऑफ फोर्स, क्योंकि चार्ज की वैल्यू चेंज हो गई है। तो आपको कैलकुलेट करना है F डैश इन टर्म्स ऑफ F। So first we calculate the value of F. Initially F की वैल्यू क्या होगी, K, Q1 की वैल्यू है Q, Q2 की वैल्यू है Q upon R square. So F is equals to K Q square by R square. Consider equation 1. Now जब हमने दोनों को अनचार्ज स्फीयर्स से कांटेक्ट में प्लेस किया तो इसका चार्ज है Q, इसका चार्ज है 0. So टोटल चार्ज हुआ Q. टोटल वॉल्यूम is 2V, इसका भी वॉल्यूम V कंसीडर करूं, इसका भी वॉल्यूम V कंसीडर करूं, तो चार्ज बाय वॉल्यूम कितना हुआ, Q by 2V. First we calculate the charge by volume. Now to calculate the new value of charge acquired by the A, that is QA dash, तो QA dash की वैल्यू होगी charge by volume into volume of sphere A. So this V and V cancel out, the new value of charge is now Q by 2. तो मतलब क्या हुआ, इस चार्ज स्फीयर ए ने अपना आधा चार्ज सी को ट्रांसफर कर दिया। सो नाउ न्यू वैल्यू ऑफ चार्ज इज Q by 2. सिमिलरली द सेम चार्ज इज एक्वायर्ड बाय B बिकॉज B इज आल्सो टच विद D, तो QB डैश की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी, Q by 2. So now the new value of force is F dash. F dash is K Q A dash Q B dash upon R square, क्योंकि सेपरेशन अभी भी R square है, so it will be K Q by 2 into Q by 2 upon R square, so it will be K Q square by R square into 4. So F dash is equals to F naught by 4. So और F naught नहीं बोल के हम क्या बोलेंगे, F by 4, ठीक है, ओरिजिनल फोर्स हम F बोलेंगे, तो F dash is F by 4. तो चार्जेस का ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हुआ, तो फर्स्ट वी कैलकुलेट द new value of charge acquired by the both the sphere A and B when they transfer their charge to the uncharged sphere C and D. तो first we calculate the charge by volume. Charge by volume calculate करने के बाद उस जिस स्फीयर का चार्ज कैलकुलेट करना है उसके वॉल्यूम से मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे, तो Q by 2V into V, तो ये Q by 2 हो गया। सिमिलरली ये भी Q by 2 हो गया। यदि डिफरेंट डायमेंशंस के होते तो उस अकॉर्डिंग चार्ज बाय वॉल्यूम पहले कैलकुलेट करते और फिर जिस स्फीयर का चार्ज हमें कैलकुलेट करना है उसके वॉल्यूम से मल्टीप्लाई कर देते। Is that clear? So that type variety of questions is also asked in the Coulomb force. So that is all about the today's lecture. Thank you.
Hey.